The WIAA State Softball Tournament getting underway in Madison. We bring in our Cody Krupp, and Cody, Kaukauna was our first local team in action, and the spotlight is certainly on those athletes.
Yeah, that's right, Michelle. They're seeking a fourth straight state title, but not putting the cart before the horse, or I should say the cart before the Galloping Ghosts. Division I, the only in which that includes quarterfinal action. So that's where we get it started for top-seeded Kaukauna. A victory would not only move them into the semifinals, but also a tie for the second longest all-time win streak in the nation, seeking 108 consecutive. If they could get by 8th seed Hamilton, bottom of the first, got right after it. How about a 4-hit, 4 RBI, 3-run outing for Taryn Christopher, the first of which an RBI triple, putting the Ghosts up 1-0. Next batter, Josie Eben. If this stays fair, could be trouble. And yep, she gets it to drop. Christopher comes in to score. Kaukauna up 2-0, and the first inning was not yet over. Chloe Federowitz joining the party. RBI single to center. 13-hit, 9-run performance by Kaukauna when it was all said and done. And that was plenty enough for starting pitcher Carly Meredith, who went a scoreless 7, just 2 hits with no runs surrendered. The Galloping Ghosts, they cruise in these semifinals 9-0. And here's our Doug Ritchie with a recap from Madison.
Kaukana's quest for a 4th straight state championship got off to a great start in Thursday's quarterfinal, beating Hamilton 9-0. The stars of the game, Carly Meredith pitches a 2-hitter with 13 strikeouts, and Taryn Christopher goes 4 for 4 with 2 triples and a double.
Taryn knocked the ball over the park. I mean, I think 3 of them were knuckleballs as they're going through the air, so that means she squared them up. And I asked her, and she said, you know, other years, I didn't have to be that girl. Today, I'm that girl. And now it's my time to show everybody. She's just on a different planet right now.
It was great today. I even said to myself, I'm like, I know not every game's going to be like that, but just like if it's not like that tomorrow, I'm just going to stay true to myself. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to keep working hard, and I know everyone has my back, as well as I'm cheering everyone else on. And
it wasn't the greatest game that I threw, but I knew my defense. Oh my God, my defense was awesome behind me, and the offense was so good. Chloe at second and Taryn at the plate. It was just awesome.
I tell you what, the last month of the season, those two have really hammered the ball over the park. I mean, you couldn't ask for 2 better kids that to happen to. So just a great feeling to watch T have her day and have her moment, because she's worked so hard over the last 4 years to get to that spot. So it helps that her college coach is up there watching her right now, so she gets to shine for her a little bit too.
Kaukauna has now ran its winning streak to 108 straight games, which now matches the second longest streak all time in the nation in softball. However, the Ghosts only have one thing on their mind this weekend, and that is to win another state championship. Reporting from the state softball championships in Madison, Doug Ritchie, Fox 11 Sports.
The WIAA State Softball Tournament is continuing today down in Madison, and it is semifinal Friday with 3 area teams in action. Fox 11 Sports' Ellie French joins us now. Ellie, 2 of our area teams actually faced off in one of those semifinals.
Yeah, that's right, Ben. Mishicot and Laconia battled each other for a spot in tomorrow's D3 championship. Laconia making its first appearance at state since winning that D3 title in 2017, while Mishicot back at state for a 6th time in 10 years, looking to redeem itself after last year's semifinal loss. Top seed Mishicot entering state with a 29-0 record. 4-seed Laconia trying to play spoiler. We're picking up at the top of the 6th Indians. They had the bases loaded with 1 out, but how about junior ace Kieran Sanford punches out back-to-back batters, 10 Ks on the day for her as Mishicot escapes the inning unscathed. Bottom of the frame though, Indians up 1-0. Kaylin Adair says, yeah, that lead's not good enough for me. How about a leadoff solo homer for the junior Indians? They are pumped. They make it a 2-0 ball game, but trouble in the top of the 7th. Mishicot trouble fielding the ball, a shallow fly ball there from Kendall Plum. Both runners score for Laconia, so the game tied at 2 now. Spartans fighting their way back later in the inning. More fielding issues for the Indians at air at center. Going to allow Laconia to play the go-ahead run. So it is 3-2 Spartans now. Then the bottom of the 7th, Mishicot with a chance to try and walk it off, but a pop out by the Indians would be the final out. 3-2 Laconia is the final. The Spartans, they are heading back to the title game for the first time since winning it all in 2017.
We are a team that doesn't give up. We come from behind a lot. Actually, our Mayville sectional semi game, there's a 3-run home run in the first inning. So we come back a lot. The excitement and everything, and like my dad and my sister are with me, so it's just an insane feeling.
I just like going into the 7th. I said, hey, these are our at bats. This has got to happen right here, right now. I know that we can do it. We just got to execute and do it, and then. Yeah, when we got that first runner on and just kind of were able to put the ball in play, they made a couple mistakes that helped us out, and yeah, we were able to get 3 in the last one.
Division 4 semifinal, Coleman making their first ever appearance in the state tournament, taking on top-seeded Fall Creek. The Cougars thought they had taken a lead in the first inning. They see no X. Pop up fair by a foot. But the umpires would call a double play due to interference from the runner at first. In the second, it went from scoreless to kind of nightmarish for Coleman. The Crickets scored 7 runs, 5 of them via wild pitches. That pretty much sums up how things went for the Cougars. They only gave up 5 hits, but pretty tough to overcome a 7-run deficit, especially when that offense kept in check. However, one nice highlight, Nora Kinzinger, a 5th-inning triple, but just not meant to be for Coleman. They fell 12-0. In a mercy-ruled 5 innings. Here's a recap from our Doug Ritchie.
Coleman's first trip to the state softball tournament did not go as planned. Fall Creek scored 7 runs in the second inning, 5 coming on wild pitches, and it was too much for the Cougars to overcome as they fell in a Division 4 state semifinal.
There's only 4 teams in the state of Wisconsin that make it here, and just being one of the 4 is just like crazy, because it's like every single team works so hard, but it's like you just work a little bit harder, and it's like you get here. There's got to be a winner and there's got to be a loser. So, and it just didn't fall in our hands, and we'll just come back even stronger next year.
The goal every year is for us to really go deep as we can, and deep down inside you always hope that it's going to be here when you end your season, but this is the hard part when there's only 4 teams left, and on the semifinal day, 2 of us are going home and 2 are staying. But the kids need to realize and reflect, and hopefully they do, that it was a great season. They did a lot of things. They made school history again, and there's a lot to be proud of.
Just makes us more hungry for next year, makes us more hungry to get back and get in the postseason and just winter season work and keep working and just get better so that we can be better. So when we get back to up to this point, and if we do, we can show that we can stay with these teams and that we can win. Coleman
ended its season with an impressive 21-5 record. And maybe the season did not end the way it wanted, but the Cougars have a lot to be proud of. Reporting from the state softball championships in Madison, Doug Ritchie, Fox 11 Sports.
Well, another high school softball season is coming to a close. Today, 10 teams competed in the WIAA state softball tournament. Fox 11 Sports' Ellie French is here. And Ellie, one of those teams competing for a title is from right here in our area, right?
Yeah, that's right, Marla. Laconia upset Mishicot in yesterday's Division III semifinal, getting back to the title game for the first time since winning it all in 2017. The Spartans hoping to do the same thing they did 7 years ago and bring another title back home with them to Rosendale. The 4th-seeded Spartans taking on the 3-seed Prescott for the Division III crown. Will start this game bottom of the 2nd. Prescott on the board first thanks to an RBI single from Grace Paddock, and it's 1-0 Cardinals on top early. Then in the top of the 3rd, Laconia with the responso. Addison Maurer line drive up the middle of the field. Cambry Johnson, watch this. She's going to slide in for the score, and we are all notched up at 1. Now, the game was delayed for almost 80 minutes due to rain, but out of the delay, the Cardinals able to load the bases in the 4th, and Leah French, no relation, a 2-run single, now 3-1 Prescott. Unlike Friday against Mishicot, Laconia unable to rally back in this game as the Spartans, they fall 3-1 in the D3 championship. Doug Ritchie has more on the Spartans falling just short of another state title.
After rallying from a 2-run deficit in the 7th inning to beat Mishicot in Friday's state semifinal, Laconia found itself in the same position Saturday during the Division III state championship game against Prescott. However, this time, no 7th inning magic. The Spartans had just 3 hits in the game and had to settle for 2nd place.
We've done so well at hitting, and so I don't know if it was just a matter of timing that we were a little bit off because we were getting underneath. We knew that she had a rise ball. I was telling my girls, making sure that we're staying on top, keeping our hands high, and we still were just a little bit underneath, and we popped a lot of them up that normally we're hitting solid, and that's the way the game goes sometimes.
We see a lot of pitchers, and sometimes you just don't hit well, and that's just the name of the game. So she was a good pitcher, and I have so much good things to say about their team. They were a great team. This was just a special team, and the chemistry of these kids, what they did, the games that they played, the fight that they had. Yeah, I would have loved to have had some seventh inning action again, but you know, I can't be more proud of these kids, second in the state. What a great group of girls. I'm so proud of these kids. I don't think anyone expected us to go this far, so I mean, we were just fighting for every single second to play with each other. I mean, I love this team with my whole heart, so every single second I got with them on the field was a blessing. So I wanted to bring home some hardware and make sure that I made my community proud.
Laconia could be in position next season once again to return to the state tournament as it loses just 3 seniors from this year's team. No question about it, the future looks bright for the Spartans. Reporting from the state softball championships in Madison, Doug Ritchie, Fox 11 Sports.
Moving on now to the girls' state softball tournament. Last night saw Kaukauna taking on Milton in a Division I state semifinal. Ghosts riding a 108-game winning streak. Things start well in the bottom of the first inning. Josie Evans singles home Paige Bodenheimer. 1-0 Kaukauna. Milton not going away. They played 2 runs in the third, both unearned. This was the second run as Kenzie Marcourt doubles in a run. 2-1 Milton. Kaukauna on the ropes. They answer in the 5th. First, Evans grounder to second base turns into a throwing error, and Bodenheimer ties it at 2-all. Then Summer Schmidt executes the squeeze play, and Carly Meredith scores. It's 3-2 Kaukauna. Now, top of the 7th, bases loaded with 2 outs. Jenna Monash sends this pitch to right field. Milton up 4-3. It's 5-3 in the bottom of the 7th, and Evans grounder to second, this time handled. And Kaukauna loses for the first time in 109 games. The Ghosts' quest for 4 straight state titles has ended.
Made a few uncharacteristic errors, and I want to give them credit. Give Gwen credit. She pitched a great game, and they played a great game. So I'm so proud of my kids. What we just accomplished is unbelievable, and I'm not going to get lost. I'm not going to get lost in that, and the efforts of all those kids and what we accomplished in one game. So I'm still proud of my kids and still taking them over everybody else in the state.
No team in the state has done more winning than Kaukauna softball. But on Friday, the Galloping Ghosts saw their incredible win streak come to an end at 108 after a loss in the state tournament semifinals. Doug Ritchie has more.
The answer, who is Milton? The question, which team ended Kaukauna's winning streak at 108 games on Friday night in a Division I state semifinal? The Galloping Ghosts appeared on track to win a 4th straight state title, but it was all derailed by the Redhawks, and an incredible streak is now history.
If you look at what we just did and the amount of games that we just won in a row, you know, I think you got to reflect on the perseverance, the grind, the dedication of the kids, all the stuff that's positive. I'm not going to reflect on anything negative because those kids have put so much time in and worked so hard. They're champions in a lot of ways, and maybe they don't bring that gold ball home this year. But what we accomplished is still something that's never going to be, I mean, I don't know if that record will be broken in this state. That's going to be one tough one to break.
I don't really think there was anything different. I feel like just all kind of year we kind of felt this a little bit more pressure on us, and we knew eventually the streak would come to an end, and it just sucks that it happened to be tonight, but they're going to work as hard as they want next year, and I know they're going to be just as good.
I'm going to give credit to Milton. They got the W, and I'm not going to get down on what we accomplished. I'm proud of these kids. And we're gonna go home, get some pizza, and we're gonna talk about it and reflect on it and start building for next year. That's what you do.
If you think this is the end of Kaukauna, you would be mistaken. In Friday night's starting lineup, the Galloping Ghosts started just 2 seniors, and they do return 2-time State Player of the Year Carly Meredith in the circle. Kaukauna will be back. Reporting from the state softball championships in Madison, Doug Ritchie, Fox 11 Sports.
Just an amazing win streak for them, though. All right, thank you, Doug. Well, here's a full look at the 5 state champions from this year's state softball championships. Pagelli, they defeated Oakfield in Division 5. Fall Creek beat Cuba City in Division 4. Prescott defeated Laconia in Division 3. Waupun beat Mosinee in Division 2. And Kenosha Bradford took down Milton in Division 1.